Do I have to go like, hey, my name's Hank?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we're not doing my name's Hank. My name's Hank. I don't have a last name. You would be a good little non-last name. You'd just be like a Hank.
Yeah.
This is actually really good lighting. I wish, okay. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
This is actually a good question I always think about. We're starting, by the way.
Okay.
Because you're in your mind as I would be like, are we starting? When I see through my eyes, is that like 8K? What am I seeing? Why is a camera capturing different things than what I'm seeing? Because if I were to capture this as a camera and watch exactly what my eyes are seeing as I'm seeing, like this is the best quality ever. Why is that not reflective in a camera? Do you know why?
I mean, your eye has millions of retinas that are taking in all the light, and the camera, depending on how big the sensor is, takes in different amounts of information. But yeah, our eyes,
Just way more complex.
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know.
So if we had a camera that had as many sensors or as large of a sensor as our eyes,
Yeah.
then would we be seeing the same thing?
Well, no, because your eyes, you also have two eyes. So a camera just has one eye, which is, so this is what a camera sees, right? And when if you close one eye, like you have less depth perception.
Yeah.
So if you have two eyes
Oh.
open,
Yeah.
so that's part of vision that isn't captured in a camera. Oh yeah. So that's part of it.
Quick side note,
Now I'm like realizing that one of my eyes is really blurry. I'm like, wow, this would be horrible to look through all the time.
Oh, I'm doing that too. Which eye is it for you? It's my left is better.
But yeah, my roommate and I were talking about this the other week because he's trying to get into drawing, right? And when you're drawing, you start thinking about all these. You think about light, but first you think about like how things are drawn in space, right? And usually you draw through like a 1-point perspective. I don't know if you've like seen.
I don't know what that means. No.
1-point perspective is like all the lines like go towards a vanishing point.
Okay, that makes sense.
You know, so if I were to draw you now, the two lines of the desk on either side of you, they would go back, and we draw them to like 1 point.
Gotcha. And that's creating the illusion of the depth.
Of the depth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure 1-point perspective is like having one eye, like this, right? Dang. Because it's similar to a camera.
I feel like when we do this, have you ever seen the Rizzler doing this is how you do the Riz face? He goes, okay, you shut one eye, put your eyebrow up like this. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're talking
I actually haven't seen that video.
Oh.
And I actually don't quite know who the Rizzler is.
Okay. You don't know who the Rizzler is?
Pull him up.
Dude, you don't know. How do you not know the Rizzler?
Is he the small...
Yeah, he's a little chubby kid.
The small kid who eats chicken bakes?
No, he's kind of like associated with them.
Oh, okay. They're all...
He's in the...
This is the craziest
He's in the
thing.
Costco-verse. Yeah.
Let's see.
You want to see him?
Yeah.
This is the Rizzler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He does the Riz face.
That's cool.
That's cool.
You're going to have him on soon, right? Right after me.
Yeah, he's the next guy. How do you think someone like that gets... He's got 1.6 million followers.
See,
like
there are parts of the internet I don't understand that I don't understand at all. At all.
Like, he's just some cute little kid that just... like, his father just started filming him doing the Riz face.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And then he just became mega viral.
No idea.
He's followed by Gary Vee.
I have no idea.
Amongst others. And now he's just a internet sensation.
Makes no sense.
What do you think that says about culturally about us? Mm-hmm. That the Rizzler... I mean, this kid's... He must be 8 years old.
Well, I think what it does say is that someone like the Rizzler, Mr. Beast, extremely... People who are very general and have insane mass appeal, like the Rizzler, like Mr. Beast, like they're not very specific in any way.
Yeah.
Like they don't look particularly unique. They're like a very broad kind of person with broad appeal.
Yeah.
That works extremely. That's how social media works. You know, there are niches, right? And I'm sure if we look through your feed, there would be a lot of things popping up that don't pop up on my feed. But also these social networks, they want They want the thing that everyone's watching,
Yeah.
you know? And that's what
And that's what
the Rizzler's like.
in-depth analysis of the Rizzler. Yeah.
Well, what do you think about that? What do you think about like these types of videos that and people on the internet that you can bring up and everyone knows them?
Well, that's what I don't understand, because I mean, the whole thing, when you look at like social media marketing, and the first things all talk about niching down. Like you got to live in this niche and got to like niche down further. And like, that's how you create this audience. That's how you grow a business. And that sounds very game planned, but like, this doesn't sound game planned.
Yeah.
This is just we all found this guy a little funny, and then just blew up into this viral. I mean, just had viral video after viral video.
Yeah.
And then you just latch onto that. So at that point, you don't even need that. Is it, maybe the question is the niche so bottom like level that's like the starting, and then, but if you already just skip those steps, maybe you're already at the total brand. Because you think about like larger, think about like Jake Paul, right? Jake Paul started YouTube doing what, like comedy skits?
Yeah. I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah. Or he was on Disney or something.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So his stuff was kind of like that specific, like Jake Paul, Logan Paul. Maybe that was Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Whatever, which ones.
Yeah.
But they were like doing specific like comedy videos or whatever Disney, like they had that. And now you look at, they're to the point, podcast, freaking fighting, doing all that stuff. Like, so there's this upward funnel.
Like once you have your niche, you can grow it into into any direction.
Yeah. Do you leverage the niche to kind of just build the audience? And then once you build a large enough audience, like you were talking about Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast can do anything, and he's just gonna get millions of views on everything.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I didn't know about this social media marketing advice of going for the niche.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh.
So what is it exactly? They say like
it's just
find your niche.
Yeah.
Keep digging deeper into it.
Pretty much provide educational storytelling content like within that niche.
Yeah.
That's specific. So if we're talking about this, right?
Yeah.
Like my post-grad life is just, the niche is 25, 23 to 28, like those formative years after college. Like that's the
So how would you push deeper into that niche?
That's what we're trying to figure out. Yeah. We're actively trying to figure out. Maybe that's for you to tell me.
Right. So what the niche is: 24, 28, post-grad.
Yeah.
Non-experts. How they're living their life, tips and tricks that they have.
Yeah. Real people, real stories.
Real people, real stories.
Yeah. I mean, I guess everyone's a real person.
So everyone's a real person. You got that.
Yeah, but
everything's a real story except this. I'm making all this up. My name's not even Henry.
You're right. It's Hank.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, you beat yourself up.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So, I mean, what you do for work though, like, is when a video does really well.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had a few videos get millions of views, right?
Yeah.
Like, is there something where it's like, oh, that's why it worked, or is it just kind of hit or miss?
Well, I think the difference is, instead of thinking about niche, we think about like the content being unique, which is a little different, because I feel like niche implies that like you're giving information that only a select group of people want. So like niche would be like you make a video and you're explaining how to play some scale on the guitar that John Mayer played over this song and like why it sounds good. That's what I think of as niche. It's like there are probably like 5,000 people that want to know that.
Yeah.
5,000 nerds like you. Mega nerds for John Mayer.
Yeah. Oh, come on. More than that. But yeah,
More than
sure.
that.
Well, yeah, for the sake of the argument. Okay.
And if you made that piece of content, you would appeal to those people. And you could create a great community of John Mayer lovers with that piece of content. But at Craighill, what we've been doing is creating unique content. So it's not niche in the sense that it's like a very, it's not like very unique or specific information that only a select group of people would want. But the coming together of a lot of factors, like shooting in office, the way we like shoot the products in a satisfying way, the storytelling, the fact that it's real designers, it makes it like very unique content. Like no one can really create stuff like us because we're using everything that's part of the business to make the video. So only in the marketplace of videos, like the Craighill video is very singular. And that singularity makes it interesting, right? And it also, it's like you go to a store and you want Oreos, you buy the Oreos.
Golden or regular? Very specific.
Depends.
Okay.
Depends what kind of mood you're in.
Okay, we'll get into that later.
We'll get into that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the title of the podcast.
Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, so like unique as opposed to niche, and we get videos that a ton of people see. It's not really niche content. It's like how, like explaining some industrial engineering term that would be just nice for people to know because it exists in their everyday life.
Oh, yeah. And then you take it a step further of this is how we improved upon the old design basically.
Yeah. And that's like the unique factor. It's like we can explain something, and since we're a design company, we can show how we're using it.
Yeah. That's sick.
Yeah.
How long are you involved in the upfront storyboarding kind of process of that?
Yeah. It's
how long does this take?
It's every video we try to make in like less than a week. So the storyboarding is like a day, and that's just a conversation with the designers and like listening to the stuff that they find interesting or just the stuff they're working on, and then together trying to figure out, okay, what's the little tidbit that's like interesting in this longer project we're working on, and what are the ways to explain that to a broader audience in a interesting way. And
what I love is it's always so simple, the explanations, but it's like so visual. So it's just a very like visual graphic. I mean, you're just doing like it'll be like, here's a block with this lock mechanism, and this is the traditional way, and this is the problem with it. So it's like you establish the problem. And it's like, this is what we do, is simple fix. And so a lot of it's just watching and going, oh yeah, duh.
Yeah, it's actually funny. Recently, I've never watched someone watch the videos, but now I've been doing that more. It's funny, like that is people's reaction to it. It's not like, oh, that's so cool. It's literally just, oh, and then it's like, nice, and you like it and you move on, and like that's what you get.
It's you've seen Impractical Jokers?
A little bit,
Well, it's just a clip. It's just, they want Sal to go, what? Oh, hell no. Hold up. Oh, okay. So that's kind of like the mindset that's going. Like,
exactly.
Like, oh, hell no. Like, first of all, you look at it, it's like, oh, hell no. I'm not going to get this. Like, Is that, what? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that first reaction is the most important one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the hook.
Yeah, that's the hook. What? No, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Or like what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite product? Because you guys got some cool stuff.
Probably the card case, Summit card case. Yeah, it's like a metal card case. I don't have it with me, but you can put it up on the screen. Make your editing more difficult.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's just a heavy metal wallet.
Oh, it's the wallet?
It's the wallet.
Yeah. And we can link to that. I mean, that video is sick, where it's just like explaining the little...
Yeah, the little slip joint.
Yeah, slip joint.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they're satisfying videos. I feel like people watch them and they're like, these are nice,
Yeah.
And that's a nice feeling to have. So
yeah, what are some things though that, I mean, since you do that full time, what are some things that people might not understand about the work that's being done?
To make the videos?
Yeah, to make the videos.
Might not understand.
Because I mean, you're only watching the video for 45 seconds.
Yeah.
You guys been working on it for a week.
Yeah.
It's a 45-second to 60-second video.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
For us.
I would say that the videos are very transparent. So, and that's why I think a lot of people enjoy watching them is you watch something like a Marvel movie, you have no idea how it was made. You actually have no idea when you're looking at the screen if it's a real person or AI at this point. And most of the time it's not a real environment. It's like all computer generated. The Craighill videos are all computer generated. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's like I haven't like touched a camera in 6 months. It's all AI.
You're not even real.
No, I'm not even real. I'm not even in the videos, just my hands. But I just like captured my hands under a camera and they scanned them, and yeah, I just prompt Claude and it makes the whole video. So that's kind of unexpected for a lot of people.
Wow.
No, it's quite the opposite. If you look at the video, you know it was made by me and the team, and that's it. Like it's like 3 people making the video, and that comes across in the video. We put a camera on a top-down rig, we show the product, and Hunter, Kevin, or Ryan, or the designers, they talk about it, and it's very straightforward, authentic. The most important thing in creating the video is the story.
Yeah.
So we spend a good amount of time talking about the story, but the stories also just come up because you got a really interesting team of designers working on these problems all day.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's funny too because you're not really working backwards. I mean, the product was designed because of the story. Like, you're not making up a story in order to fit it.
Sometimes, though.
Oh, really?
Sometimes we do make up a story.
Oh,
yeah. And it's not really making up a story. It's like fitting an interesting kind of perspective on what already existed. So we made this, like the video about the money clip that we made. The money clip has this kind of simple but elegant design feature where if you extend it too far and it kind of bends out of shape, it like passes the point of plastic deformation, and it's like just had to drop that term real quick.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it's it's like open too wide.
Yeah.
Then you can squeeze it back beyond the plane, and then it will snap back into position. I knew if we made a video about a money clip, it would be too niche. Like, people weren't going to watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
So we used bending a pen clip out of the way to intro into that problem, because people are interested in a pen clip more than a money clip. And it's, it's something I used to do, which I don't do anymore in conversations. Like, when you're talking with someone and you want to, this is kind of revealing, but you want to like really be interested in what they're talking about, you can kind of try to apply it to your life, And that's what we do with the videos. Like, we're talking about these design things that like a money clip, a very niche object. Okay, what's the framing that's going to make it interesting to someone else? Well, let's tell them a different way of thinking about it. Let's introduce another more ubiquitous object. So while I'm talking this whole time, you could be thinking about something totally different. Yeah, I mean, maybe you are. Maybe you're thinking about your podcast. you probably think about your podcast 24/7. Everything's through the lens of my postgrad life.
No, exactly. And it's just like, a baseball game going to like the 7th inning,
Yeah.
Maybe it's a tie game, maybe you're down by 1, right?
Yeah.
The pressure's on.
Yeah.
There's no time limit. That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
We were talking a couple of days ago about kind of the beauty and simplicity. Is that something you guys kind of emphasize? That's something you think about when you're looking back, especially going through all the edits, going through all the things that can be done, should be done. Maybe, this could be cool, whatever. You get excited about some things, but when you boil down the final product, sometimes simplicity works.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of a tangent, but for my process, simplicity has resulted from not drinking caffeine. Yeah.
I like you said that as I was taking a sip of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like the worst substance in the it's the worst substance in the world for you, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like when I started at my work, I was drinking a lot of coffee. And
is that the common theme, you think?
For people to drink coffee?
I I meant like video editors, like people in your sphere.
I think it's a common theme for just people in general. But for video editing, it's really hard because basically my job is to take all this information, like tons of interesting things happening in the office, and be like, what's the most interesting thing? And keep whittling away at that. And you come in, you're kind of tired, you drink 5 sips of coffee. I'm extremely sensitive to caffeine. Everything's interesting to me, like everything.
That's
I'm
funny.
so sensitive to caffeine. So when I started at Craighill, I would come in, not really know like what's interesting, take a few sips of coffee, get really pumped about a video, be working on it. Caffeine would drop off. End of the day, I'd be looking at this video and I'm like, oh, I don't want to watch this. No one wants to watch this. Like it wasn't truly interesting.
Yeah.
And I cut the caffeine, and for a while, and still now, I'm like less impressionable. Like things it takes not like more, but it takes like more unique and like specific things for me to just have that like moment, especially because I'm surrounded by the kind of design work all the time. But I'm very careful to like protect that part of myself, because that's the thing that like allows us to share the interesting thing. Otherwise, it would be like we wouldn't be sharing information that people are excited about. It would just be like, oh, okay, that's like kind of cool. But,
maybe that separates too from it's kind of cool for a general audience compared to the niche audience where it's like, wow, I'm like so interested in this specific thing. Like that's wow.
Exactly.
Having that general audience when you're trying to sell a product.
Yeah.
For people.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you were talking about your sensitivity, man. Like I remember calling you up one time. You got a paper cut at work. You were crying.
Yeah.
You were crying.
Yeah, I remember that.
I said, Hank, is everything okay? I thought like something bad happened.
Yeah. So people think sensitivity is a bad thing, but
yeah. You're like, no, I just had a cup of coffee and I got a paper cut. Like, jeez, man.
Yeah, dude, those were tough times. This is water, by the way.
Yeah.
Put it in a coffee cup.
Yeah.
Dude,
we can't be revealing secrets like that.
Oh. This is like top secret stuff.
What's the so you're in New York.
I'm in New York.
Maybe Craighill's different, but what's the overall work culture like there? I mean, you want to talk about ramped up on caffeine?
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
New York.
That wasn't a demand. That was like we're talking about being ramped up on caffeine. New York work.
Yeah. It's like that. Definitely. It's just relentless. I mean, and since I've been traveling this week to Nashville, you get out of, when you're in New York, it's just what you know, and you just assume you don't assume everywhere's like that, but you don't even have time to think about anything else.
Yeah.
Because life's so busy. And even coming down here, you realize that people, they work a lot, but they also find a time to like really relax and be bored and just like, feel like life pass by instead of constantly trying to do something or plan something with friends or finish up some work.
Yeah.
So New York work, it's very intense.
Yeah.
I finish up work 6, 7. Sometimes I go late to finish a video. I have friends who work till 11 every single day. I was talking to someone last night that we met who was from New York, and she was like, yeah, I work from 9 to 11.
Doing what?
Doing consulting. Or no, private credit. I don't know what that means. Private credit.
Banking. Investment banking, I think.
The podcast fans don't even know what you do for work.
They do. My own sister doesn't even know what I do for work. So.
Oh, really?
I mean, I'm a full-time podcaster.
Yeah. It's not an easy life.
Not an easy life, especially when you only have 12 subscribers. It's not. Trust me, it's not an easy life.
You're getting a sponsorship coming in soon, I heard.
That is true. Stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
We don't want to be giving anything away.
Yeah.
I was talking to my mom the other day about boredom,
Yeah.
and she says that sometimes it's good to be bored.
Yeah.
What is your relationship with boredom?
I would say being bored is like similar to like paying attention to how you're breathing. So, yeah.
Also something to do when you're bored.
Also something to do when you're bored. But when I started like paying attention to my breath more, like just taking some time, 5 minutes a day to just breathe, I had this like really weird realization that like when you take a breath in and you take a breath out, when you exhale, there's like a moment between exhaling and then deciding you're ready for another breath. And most of the time I'm just like, I'm just breathing, right?
Yeah.
But there's like this nice feeling of like letting the breath exhale or letting the breath leave your body. And then like actually feeling like you want to take another breath and like letting the air come in again. And you can keep doing it over and over again. It's like these small little moments of like rejuvenation. What? And I think boredom in life is like that. We're like constantly stuffing our face with everything. Food.
Why'd you look at me when you said that?
What?
So why'd you look at me when you said that?
Because you're the host of the podcast.
Oh, makes sense. Okay, yeah, continue. Food, water.
Yeah, food, water, videos.
Yeah.
List goes on.
Yeah.
But yeah, in my life it's been hard, but I do want to take the time to be like, just like let everything, like don't inhale, like let yourself just sit there, and eventually you'll actually really feel the need to like pursue something, whether it's like making some food or reading a book or calling a friend. But the longer you sit in that, like the more stuff's gonna come up, and the better it's gonna feel to like actually partake in the stuff that you normally just like are thoughtless. You being the general you. That you're normally just, thoughtlessly stuff in your mouth.
With exorbitant amounts of food. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Do you get that though? I feel like you don't like to be bored.
No,
especially.
I've never liked to be bored.
Like we took some time to like read the other day, and it felt like bizarre for us to be doing that together.
Yeah. I also don't like to shut up. So having in silence.
Yeah.
Hank's been sleeping on my couch.
Yeah.
And every morning when I wake up, I like up like an hour before you.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for the moment to see you get up. And then the second that like you open your eye at all, I mean, you could just go to like be readjusting your pillow or something like that. Morning, Hank. Shh, open the blinds.
Yeah.
All right, we're ready to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, boredom is necessary. And I call it like the Amazon primification of our culture.
Yeah.
That nothing can take more than whatever minute. I mean, we have to have everything instantly.
Yeah.
Right? We go to order something and it takes 5 to 7 business days. That feels like an eternity now.
Yeah.
Just because Amazon Prime set the precedent of 2-day shipping.
Yeah.
But as a kid, it was like you order something and it takes 10 days to get here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You forget about it. It's a little surprise when it shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something beautiful about that.
Yeah.
Is that
I did all these terms like TikTokification of the internet, Amazon primification, your own term.
Yeah. Trademark.
Will Musto.
2026.
Mr. Will Musto.
Yeah.
I feel like people talk about them and then it's like, oh, okay. It's like we still don't have to live that way.
That is true.
Right?
Well, it's funny. We're using TikTokification, Amazon primification. Guess where we're going to be trying to put out those theories? Like we're trying to talk about that. We're going to put that out on social media.
Oh, yeah.
And there's going to be a clip of us talking about Amazon primification. It's like how bad this is.
Oh, yeah.
And meanwhile, it's like, wow, we're trying to use short form content to talk about that.
Oh, yeah. It happens all the time. I mean, every 5th post on Instagram is like, stop. You're wasting your life.
Yeah.
And it's like never, I mean, I guess I do sometimes close the app when that happens. I'm surprised that the algorithm sends us around because they must know that it's like, well, the reason the algorithm does show them around because it doesn't have an impact.
No.
You know, it just becomes content. Anti-content becomes content. It all gets sucked up into the machine.
And you probably click, they probably click on their profile.
Yeah.
They fall for more, mental health space kind of stuff.
Another thing that's interesting though is the podcast. I feel like when the podcast was first growing, it was like sort of anti-content in a way. It was like, oh, long form. Like, let's actually hear an expert talk about something for a while, develop some like deep understanding about something.
Yeah.
A lot of people use podcasts now to blanket their life in like information and to escape boredom. Like, you're working, put in a podcast. You're like, you're falling asleep, put in a podcast. Like, people don't want to sit with their own thoughts.
Yeah, that's true.
So the podcast, I think, really is just another way to like seep content into every part of our life. There are some people that listen to 6 hours of podcasts a day. You know, easy.
I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Depends upon the day, but see, and right now we're creating the anti-podcast space podcast.
Anti-podcast?
No, we're not anti-podcast, but we are. I mean, you're talking about not listening to podcasts on a podcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here we go.
Right?
Yeah.
This is the inception of podcastception.
Yeah. And people are loving it.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Either that or they're turning it off and like they won't even listen to this part.
Yeah.
By this whole see, that's the thing. If you've done your job, they're not even listening to us talk right now.
Yeah.
Because they've just already shut it off.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we haven't done our job though. No, because we're not even that serious about it. You can't be that serious about being anti-podcast if you're on a podcast talking.
well, that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You come on to my podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, nobody should be listening to podcasts. We just listen to aimlessly to podcasts.
Yeah.
What you should be doing is you should only be listening to the most valuable podcasts about real life, real stories.
Well, that's what. How do we?
That's where you're getting at.
But now, now the pressure's on. How do we make this worth people's time? And that's what we do at Craighill, right? It's like we hate. I hadn't been on Instagram in 3 years before I started. And it's like, okay, we want to grow our business in this way. This is where people exist, whether we like it or not. They're on Instagram. Maybe someday we'll change that. Craighill or some company will make a different social platform, but that's how it is now. It's where people buy stuff. We're gonna make the best videos on that platform, and people finish our videos and they feel good. They feel satisfied, and maybe they watch more of our stuff, and it inspires them or just makes them happy. And yeah, we got to do that right now too. And what do you think people's like, considering how the conversation's gone so far? Like, what do you think they're thinking at this point? Like, what is their
what do I think they're thinking?
Yeah.
Listening to our conversation?
Yeah, like what is like, or if you were in the shoes of an audience member listening to this, like.
Well, first off, I'm not wearing shoes. So that makes it increasingly more difficult.
Yeah.
Second of all, I don't know, man. Just kind of talk.
Yeah.
Hope there's something in there.
Yeah.
I was just like, I think the cool thing I like about podcasts I never like the scripted podcast.
Yeah.
Because I want to hear in real time people coming up with real thoughts. Like, obviously, there's a lot of the stuff that they've been preparing on and they've been working on. You have authors and you have researchers and things like that. It's like that's their work, so they have something to say. They have kind of like an elevator pitch on that. But I do like the in-time, real-life thought process that's going on.
I do like that, too.
And seeing how they're coming up with these connections. And that's where I think that's why I think it's interesting listening to like the scientific people talk about that, but also the real business kind of minded people, because they're so far away from cognitive research and like this creates this chemical. They're just like, this is what's worked, this is what doesn't. I'm gonna do this. A to connect A to B. Like, think about conversation we were having with our friends last night. And like just the difference in minds going from analytical thinking, scientific research, that kind of background to like, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Right?
I totally get what you're saying. Yeah, because I'm thinking the only podcast I listen to, other than your podcast, is the Conan O'Brien podcast. And he has no script, no plan. And what's nice about it to me, coming from the content I make, which is like you kind of know what you're getting. We introduce a problem, we're going to solve it in the video. It's just like comedic exploration of his relationship with someone. Yeah. And usually it goes down this route of like exploring these stories that you're like, oh, that's hilarious. And like, you didn't know that you were going to get that.
Yeah. You know? Well, and that also, cause that reminds me of, there's so much consumption of nonfiction media, right? That's like, there's this culture of we're always trying to learn something, always gotta be learning something. And for the longest time, it's like, if I'm not learning something or doing something productive, that's not a good value of my time. Yeah. And that's when I've started getting bored with books. Yeah. Like severely. And I'm like, and it's like, I feel good when you finish, right? You finish Grit, you finish the 4-Hour Work Week, you finish Atomic Habits, you know, you finish it, you feel good. And it's like, man, I'm going to do this. Yeah. But you also are not reading to a story. You're just kind of reading to absorb information. So I'm like, okay, I got to start reading some fiction stuff. And that's the same thing with like the podcast, right? So if I'm listening to all nonfiction stuff, I'm trying to self-improvement, all this stuff. That's when I turn on the Theo Von podcast. Shout out my boy. Throw the picture up there. Yeah, we're homies now. Catch a following episode. I'm not going to say that he's on the podcast. I won't ever say that, but you know, you should subscribe and follow along, and you might see my guy show up on there. But just having the same thing like Conan, you know, like these like comedic stories, like in real time happening. Especially comedians are so interesting. We were talking about actors. Yeah, comedians are so interesting because that is like their job. Yeah, like they have found a way. Maybe they do like in-depth research on the brain. Who knows? But they found a way to make like they have a formula for comedy. Like there's something about them that makes them funny. Yeah. So interesting.
Yeah. I think it's just trial and error. And you're born with it too.
Yeah. There's something.
But a lot of trial and error, putting yourself out there. I mean, even though you watch Theo Von or Conan, like they flop still all the time.
Oh yeah.
I'm like listening to the podcast and I'm like cringing a little bit, you know? Yeah. But I guess kind of going back to what we were saying about boredom, that kind of storytelling where you enter into the story and you really don't know where it's going to go is more and more rare nowadays because people want the confirmation from the get-go that they're going to get some sort of value added, like you're saying with these self-help books. Oh, yeah. People, I think it's honestly because of like maybe generalized anxiety or something like that. People are afraid to waste their time. And so when you're going to watch maybe something like this, like two guys just like chatting about their life and their work and their ideas, like less people are inclined to enter into that when they know they can watch a video from some trusted source or from some source that has a very clear hook and value proposition. Yes, right. Because for this, you kind of just got to let go and like, hopefully it turns out that you enjoy it and you find something interesting that you wouldn't, and you're surprised to find something interesting. It's a different feeling than you would get if you watch something where it's like, this is the expert on sleep. Sleep. Yeah. You know you're gonna get the goods from that.
Well, and it's like listening to a song. Think about listening to a song for the first time. Yeah. And you have those unexpected moments of like, whoa, we just like went to a whole different world. Maybe there's a key change. Maybe there's some crazy instrumentation, something different feel. Or it's like, whoa. And you'll only ever experience that once because it's new. But like that's the feeling. Yeah. But you put on your favorite song and you're like, oh, I love this part. But you can still have the value propositions. Like, I know I'm going to enjoy this 3 minutes, 25 seconds because I love this song. Yeah. But you're never also going to have the same experience as when you first put that song on and heard it for the first time in real time. And you're like, whoa.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, that's something I like appreciate and admire about you is you have not given that up at all. I think it's just you just love it so much, like the element of surprise.
Yeah.
But I definitely have lost that a little bit since leaving college. And I'm just, I think, maybe less inclined to it because I'm someone who likes to very consistently and safely make use of my time in like a productive way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not a good way to live. It's good to be open to surprises and those like first like new emotions and feelings and ideas.
Yeah, and I wonder if you think about it, like, I feel like when you set shorter term, if you set shorter term little goals, right?
Yeah.
Those are going to be much easier to predict, and you're therefore going to have that value proposition like much shorter. So if you're like, well, in a week I'm going to be doing this,
Yeah.
and you're just like, it's very predictable.
Yeah.
But if you set a goal for 5 years from now, like the amount of things that can happen for you to reach that goal are all crazy.
Yeah.
So you're still having that, like, throwing that way out there, but you're living so much by the element of surprise and like life kind of taking you by storm. And I just thought of that. Maybe it makes sense.
That's interesting. Yeah, most of I'm not really like a person who will write down goals at all.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of come up with them in my head and hopefully I remember them.
But
Which I always did that. I was always like, I never used a planner or a calendar or anything.
Yeah.
I kind of just am like, all right, I'm going to do that. But yeah, I don't really have any goals that are more than a year long. And I imagine if you do that, I don't know. Yeah, I guess maybe you open yourself up more. I don't know.
What are some of your goals?
Um,
Do you care to share?
Some of my goals,
Yeah.
they were mostly work oriented, so like very specific to my work. So we had a goal of like making 2 long videos, like horizontal long videos for YouTube in a month, which was like a really big push for us.
Yeah.
And so it's like very clear, very like action oriented.
Yeah.
And because of that, we were able to do it. Other than that, I don't really have any goals, but I want to.
Maybe that's a goal.
Yeah, yeah. I had one goal for this year. I was at a New Year's party, and some kind of jokester was like, "You got any goals, Henry?" And I was like, "Yeah, my goal for 2025 is to be more relaxed." He goes, "Well, it's kind of contrary to the goal to make a goal. It's kind of contrary to make a goal to be more relaxed. Like to be more relaxed, you maybe shouldn't make a goal of it." Like
Yeah, I didn't know where you're going with that. Yeah, that's funny.
Real smart Alec. Got me good.
Yeah, you said, okay, buddy. Well, what's your goal? Make better jokes. Okay, there's the first one.
I don't think he was making a joke. I mean, I did
Oh,
think
he was
about it.
being serious?
Well, he was making a joke. He was joking around with me, but it's true.
But you weren't joking around after you knocked him out.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a bad night.
that was a really bad night.
Yeah, I'll throw up the your mugshot up there on the
Yeah,
camera. Knock
yeah, you can do that.
One of multiple arrests from Hank.
You probably could AI that pretty easily. I've never.
I
been
could.
Arrested. I've never been arrested.
Okay. Let's talk about, how is it living in New York? What's that like?
Living in New York is what I've always wanted to do my whole life. If there's one thing since I was, old enough to remember, there's one thing I knew is I wanted to live in New York. I'm not even kidding. I remember when I first visited New York, I was probably like 7, and I just like fell in love with it. And throughout my life, that's just like something I always knew. I was always confused about a lot of things, like what I wanted to do for work. Mostly, I was always very confused about that. My sexuality.
Ladies, let's just be honest. He's not confused about that one bit. Don't worry, I got you, Hank. I got you.
Yeah. But I was never confused about wanting to live in New York.
Yeah.
And when I graduated, I moved to Germany for some reason. I think I actually, in college, I psyched myself out of it. In college, there was the one time I wasn't sure. So I moved to Germany. And when I came back from Germany, I had 5 months looking for work. And the one conviction I had, I remember going up to the visit my grandmother who lived on the 3rd floor of my house. I remember telling her, Ramère, there's one thing I know, and it's the only thing I know for certain, is that I want to be in New York. I told her that word for word.
What'd she say?
She said, "Oh, okay. Okay, Henry."
She said it like that.
No, what'd she say? Yeah, that's what I told her. I don't know what she said. I think she wanted me to be in Providence. And she always asks me every time I come home to visitors, like, well, did you make the right decision? I mean, I'd like to have you closer, but did you make the right decision being in New York? I'm like, yep, it's the best decision I've ever made. So I always wanted to be there, psych myself out a bit, and now I live there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like it's lived up to like the dreams I had about New York. And there was definitely times when I was younger where I romanticized living in New York, and I had this like idea of living there that was kind of magical, and like it would be this sort of almost like otherworldly place that like nowhere else in the world is like. And certainly it's like that. But now that I live in like the reality of what New York actually is, it is the place for me. And right now I can't see myself being anywhere else. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't have that romantic side of it that I kind of idealized.
Just business as usual.
It's business as usual,
Yeah.
you know? And it's like every once in a while you kind of break out of the mold and you see the skyline and you're like, wow, this is a magical, beautiful place to live.
Yeah.
Or you are just walking amongst the massive buildings, or you happen upon this small jazz club in some middle of nowhere street in Upper Manhattan, and you have a wonderful evening out of nowhere, like stuff like that. But the reality of New York is that it's very busy. People are working all the time, and it still just feels right for me.
Yeah.
You know? So I think like whatever idea I had of why I wanted to be in New York was more than just like the romantic vision I had of it. There was something else that I knew was a good fit for me, and it has proved to just feel right for me and feel like a place that I'm going to be at for a very long time.
Yeah, New York seems like probably the most movie like filmed, you know, like culturally significant place in America, at least.
Yeah.
So everything you see about it is just like rom-coms in New York, you know, strangers meeting in Central Park and like going out for a date and like all that stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, so it's weird that you're living there, and I get a weird feeling when you call me and you're like, yeah, I'm just taking the subway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like for me, that's just like so funny.
Oh, it becomes so normal though.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of it becomes just part of it. Yeah. And like I said, every once in a while, you're like, whoa, especially you go to Central Park, you haven't been there in a while. You're like, this is like such a special place to be.
I've never been there.
Oh my God. Dude, you got to visit. It's crazy you haven't visited. We'd have such a good time.
I know. Like
seeing that. And that's why it's so nice when visitors come, and they come a lot, especially for a guy like me. And
yeah,
it's great. You show them around, you get to see these things again through their eyes.
Yeah.
And just appreciate I get to live there.
Well, it's helpful when you hire a private jet and pay us for a week of work, so we don't have to like worry about that.
It's
it makes it a really easy.
Yeah, I want to make it easy
and welcoming community.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm surprised I haven't taken you up on that offer yet.
Yeah.
That is true. There is something about the just seeing it from like a tourist eye and kind of getting that excitement back again.
Yeah.
Because you do, and like even Nashville, like you lose the allure of like the bright lights and everything going on. When you're first down, it's so fun and exciting. You're doing so much. Oh my gosh. But then it just becomes your life.
Yeah.
But then when someone else visits and seeing like, whoa, this is completely different from where I live. Yeah. Completely. Like even like you've been here for a few days and you're just so excited. But like when you're like, yeah, if I wasn't in New York, I'd be in Nashville. Yeah. Like this place is sick. Yeah. Like it's so funny. Yeah. Because I think a lot of the conversations that I have now with people here is like you complain about the place too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like I'm not sure what, but you might not be like with your friends, like, yo, New York, like this is so sick about New York. This, it's
Yeah.
like, because you kind of already acknowledge the
Yeah.
cool factors about
Yeah.
it, but you're probably
Yeah.
like, this sucks and this sucks.
Yeah. That's kind of how it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah. I feel like complaining about a place though I've always like tried not to do that. I think actually I've done it a little bit about New York, and I'm going to try to change that. But I like
Goal number 2.
goal number 2, stop complaining.
Stop complaining.
Goal number 1, be more relaxed. Goal number 2, stop complaining. Really, those are actually pretty good goals. My life would be perfect if I had started and stopped those 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
But I like kind of the way I fell in love with making movies and using a camera is because I was falling in love with where I grew up, which was Providence. Like those kind of happened at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like kind of part of the group of people in middle school that would like walk around and like take photos of Providence. So you kind of know what the deal was. But we basically, my friends and we got cameras, and it was by like exploring Providence and taking photos of it that we learned how to take photos, and also just like fell in love with that city.
Yeah.
And so many of my friends, especially later high school, would just like complain about Providence. Like there's nothing to do. It's boring. And it's like, that would be like, you have a good friend and you complain about them all the time. Like they're not going to be a lasting friend in your life.
That's true.
You know? And, so yeah, I'm going to start trying to complain less about New York, because I have a lot of love for my hometown, and I want to feel that way about New York too.
Yeah.
It's just like positive thinking and like exploring the things and enjoying the things that are good.
Yeah. Well, I will say, no one is more proud of where they come from than Rhode Islanders.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's the smallest state kind of thing.
Yeah.
Nobody's more proud of being where they're from.
Yeah.
Than Rhode
That's
Islanders.
true.
You know,
I can't think of anywhere else really.
Oh, it's like Rhode Island's
Yeah.
a great place.
Yeah.
Providence is a great place.
Yeah.
And then what I always think about too is, so many people use that as a caveat to like, well, I got to change something. I got to move somewhere else. And all you're doing is kind of displacing the same problems and just disguising that, like hiding that behind excitement for a new place. And then you move to a new place, and then the same problems arise.
Yeah.
You're like, well,
Yeah.
this isn't the place for me, you know?
Yeah.
You got to figure it out. You got to have your career, your purpose, your friends, like all those things. If you're struggling to find that in the city, you're not going to, or the city that you're currently in, I mean, you're not just going to be able to magically move to some place and be like, all my problems are fixed.
Yeah.
They were just waiting for me in a different city.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough though. I feel like moving can help a lot though. I mean, that's the hardest thing about like making those kinds of decisions, because there is a truth to like environment having a big impact. You know, you could have a horrible roommate, and that could be a big part of like your life not
True.
working.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
And you got to change that, or are in a bad relationship, or you're in the wrong city. You know,
Yeah.
if you had someone like, I don't know, some like great creative in New York, and they were living in like the middle of nowhere in Idaho, like some filmmaker or something like that. Like that's not going to work.
Yeah.
You know, and they would probably make it work as much as they could, but eventually you got to grow out of.
That is true. Well, like that's just, I feel like that's more like the exposure to opportunity,
Yeah.
you know, and then obviously those bigger cities are going to have more exposure to that kind of stuff.
Yeah. More people doing the same kind of stuff.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess aligning yourself with that, because that is something that I almost kind of indirectly didn't even think about with Nashville. Like I was just kind of moving to like a new place.
Yeah.
And it's like the music thing is cool. Like I am huge into music.
Yeah.
Like that'll
Yeah.
be great. But just realizing that like, and maybe I've also become more into the mold because I've been here. It's kind of like working that way too. But people are very keen into like their fitness and like
Yeah.
working out, being active, going on
Yeah.
walks, running,
Yeah.
healthy lifestyles, like things like that
Yeah.
that I didn't even think about before.
Yeah.
But it's also, I think, move to a new place and you kind of like define yourself.
Yeah.
You know, that's been big.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, I'm so happy for you here, man. I feel like it's been a great fit.
Yeah.
And like I come down, it just like feels right. Just weird because like I never thought of you moving to Nashville.
Yeah.
And it's weird that this is just kind of this place that existed. Like you didn't think about it, right?
No.
It wasn't like me in New York. It just kind of,
It happened like junior year at college.
yeah.
was
How did
just
that
a while.
happen?
Oh, I mean, me and my buddy Don were just talking.
Yeah.
Or like, what are you looking to do after college?
Yeah.
And I think we went to a school that was so close to Boston
Yeah.
that the natural progression is a lot of people just go to Boston.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know, let's explore the South, somewhere in the South.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's so many options, right? I think the good thing what we did, and this is where people struggle a little bit, I think, is there's so many options that they actually consider every single option.
Yeah.
And then that decision becomes so overwhelming
Yeah.
that they don't do anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So in my mind, there was probably 3 options.
Yeah.
I mean, in the reality, there's
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It could have been Austin, Texas. It could have been Charlotte, North Carolina. It could have been Miami,
Yeah.
Florida. It could have been Tampa, wherever. But it's like, why overthink all that?
Yeah.
Took a trip down. Hey, this place is cool. Let's
Yeah.
try it. And now I've been here for a few years.
Yeah. I think
know?
like when you look back, it's so hard to realize that you made that decision so simply, because your whole life has come out of that decision.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, including myself, really not as much anymore, but definitely when I was younger, had like immense fear about all those decisions because I knew that it was going to become so integral to my life. But yeah, I kind of witnessed you and Dom deciding to come here, and it just felt like, I remember talking to my roommates about it at the time when I was in college, being like, wow, yeah, that's crazy. They took a trip down, they liked it. Now they're going to like find jobs and move there.
Yeah.
Like it felt so like nonchalant and like you guys just did it.
Yeah, I mean, that's typically an adjective that shows up when people describe me.
Yeah.
Nonchalant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was very nonchalant. It
Good
really,
to know
the
you were
whole
talking
thing,
about us.
it was just like super fluid. I just remember it was almost like comedically how just like matter of fact it was,
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that's honestly just shows that I'm an overthinker, and a lot of people are overthinkers that I thought that, because it's like it's just how you make a decision, you like have an instinct about it.
Well, it's
Try it
weird.
out.
Yeah, it's weird overthinking because there's some things. This is interesting how the brain works. Like there's some things that I overthink about way more than you do.
Yeah.
And then there's stuff that like you're talking about, like, man, I'm thinking about this. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, this is the easiest freaking thing. Like,
Yeah.
what are you over? Like,
Yeah.
what's the problem here?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But that I think that helps in our friendship
Yeah.
because we're kind of able to just like kind of say how it is, at least from that perspective,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's just,
Yeah.
I mean, some of the stuff you say, man,
Yeah.
like, what does this get?
Well, sometimes I think overthinking has you got to find its space for it. It can be it's not a good thing in all facets of life, but also, used in the right ways, it can be good.
Yeah. Well, I always think about, I did this like personality test for work one time a few years ago, and one of the factors that it measured was on a scale of like decision making, and there's on one side of the spectrum is emotional,
Yeah.
and then on the other side is rational.
Yeah.
And it's like always balancing that, because I know people who are very emotional in their decision making,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Everything is kind of on a whim, like,
Yeah.
I mean, it feels good, or like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not going to do this because it's not good, but it's like maybe,
Yeah.
But then the rational side also takes over at times. And that's a tough thing, because that's what's speaking in your head. That's causing the overthinking, like,
Yeah.
and sometimes that gets in the way.
Yeah. Yeah. They're both important.
What are some big things that get in your mind that like maybe not keep you up at night? We don't need to get
Like things
that.
that I overthink about.
Yeah, what are some like common things that you find yourself overthinking of? Because it's funny how we acknowledge it sometimes,
Yeah.
but sometimes it's just that's all we can do.
Yeah.
Because you're still gonna do it, and you can't tell yourself not to think.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
Don't
things that
think.
I overthink.
yeah,
Not as much anymore. I don't know. Maybe I'm so in it that like I don't even know. That could be the case now after
maybe you're just
living
not
in New York.
thinking.
What?
Yeah. So maybe you're just not thinking anymore.
No, I think I'm definitely. I mean, I'll bring something up to someone that I've just been like casually overthinking in my head, and they're like, dude, like, what's wrong with you? You know? Like,
Yeah.
my friend Aiden will always do that. He's like, dude, what are you talking about? You know? And I'll just kind of like spit it out, like 10 thoughts at once of like overthinking something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't really feel like I overthink in any like ways that I'm not happy about in my life.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my work is like about overthinking, but that proves to like work. So like we'll get an idea for a video, and I'll be like, to make a good video, for a good short video for our company, what I have to follow every single negative thought that I have, which is kind of like not the healthiest thing for my own life.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's how you make a good video. Like even like when we were setting up these cameras, I'm like, everything. I'm just like used to like following everything, where it's like, all right, is the light in the right position? That's like a very basic like negative thought to have. Is the light good? Is the hook, it's the most important part of the video, the first sentence that the designer's going to say. Like, I'm like obsessively trying to make that the best thing, even up until like when we're going to start to shoot.
Yeah.
We are going through an idea and we're like going through the script, and I have this little thought that it's not making sense. Just a tiny little thought. I used to just like throw it behind me. It's like, no,
you need that.
listen to every single thing the whole time. What color textures in front of the designer when he's talking? Is it going to match the texture that I'm shooting the top down with? Is the ending feel exciting enough? Is the whole thing clear? He said a line and he mumbled a bit. Let's repeat it. Like all of that stuff. So like that's why my work, I think I'm happy now, is because my work is like a drain for all my overthinking. It really is.
Oh man.
Like I try not to like miss anything.
Yeah.
In that process. It was very hard at first because I did miss a lot, but
oh, that's interesting, because I'm trying to think of my job is similar. I feel like there's a disconnect because I have to deal with loans and the risk involved with that. So everyone's initial thoughts, you're always looking for the negative stuff.
Yeah.
Right? That's like where you get paid.
Yeah.
Like, how do you find the negative? Where do you find the risk involved in these loans?
Yeah.
But I'm not like that naturally.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, all right, it's good. Let's send it off. Like, let's get on. Let's go. No, we can make this work. We can do like,
yeah.
I'm a very like, we can make this work. Like, let's use what we got to make it work.
Yeah.
But that doesn't always reflect well when you're
to a degree, dude. I think you're also pretty hard on your process as well.
Yeah. Well, again, certain stuff.
Yeah. Like when you're cooking or when I'm cooking and you're watching me,
like,
you know,
okay.
like it's not very friendly. It's not a very like live and let live environment in the kitchen.
I'm going to, I just want to lay out the last time that me and Hank cooked, and we could let people decide who was in the wrong, who was in the right here.
I know I was in the right in terms of,
in terms of what? The English language? Not being able to take a saying, you know, I'm taking a saying as face value and not.
Yeah. Well, let's just say no one died and everyone was.
Yeah, no one died.
Yeah. Maybe someone
got burned.
Did you actually get burned?
No.
Oh.
But someone had to clean up that mess.
Yeah.
And it sure wasn't going to be me. Let's be honest. Long story short, I told Hank to.
We were in the kitchen. We were making pasta.
Like bolognese, yeah.
Bolognese. And we had a big pot going, threw some olive oil in there. Mm-hmm. Will likes to get his olive oil real hot. It was simmering, probably on medium heat.
Yeah.
I unwrapped the ground beef. He goes, Hank, throw that puppy in there, or something like that.
Yeah.
That was something he would say. I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I said throw that puppy in there.
And so I did what he said, and I literally threw the meat into the pan, into the pot of boiling oil. And, you know, not threw it, but it was a good toss because that's what he said. He said throw it in there.
Yeah.
Threw it in there. Oil went everywhere. Will was in the splash zone. Luckily got out of the way in time.
Yeah, I hit one of these right here. I went,
yeah.
You know?
And I remember I did it and I like kind of looked up like, and you just paused and then you cussed me out.
I didn't. Look, the one thing that
What'd you say?
I don't remember. You know, that's...
Yeah. He screamed at me. He screamed at me. I didn't really know how to respond. It was kind of intense environment.
Yeah, I think I apologized after.
It took a second though. You're like,
Take a second.
Hank.
Well, I had to process what just happened.
Yeah.
Well, my whole thing is just for such a bright and distinguished young gentleman
Yeah.
to actually hear what I said when I say throw the meat in the pan. To actually,
I actually wonder
throw
what
it
was
in.
I like trying to be funny or was I just not thinking?
I don't know. Sure, you certainly didn't overthink with that. Let's be honest there.
Yeah. But I did, I learned a ton of stuff about cooking that summer.
You
From
did.
you. How to cut, how to hold the blade.
What's the best? What's the best part about living with roommates? What do you get to learn having different roommates? Because you've had quite a few roommates, right?
Yeah, I've had a lot of roommates. Yeah, just like you learn a ton from living with people. You kind of just
Yeah. What have you learned?
whether you like it or not, you end up like kind of falling into their rhythm in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
Jake, who we're visiting Nashville with, great roommate that I had with Carlos at Brown for a while. And one thing that Jake does, he has an excellent nighttime routine. I don't know if he'd want people to reveal the secret of his, but he just takes his time. He goes to the bathroom and first he puts his phone away. He goes to the bathroom, washes his face, brushes his teeth, really just like kind of winds down. Then he goes to bed. And on the weekend nights, he would do that, and then he would sit in the living room before he went to his room. And he would just sit there, not even on his phone, just kind of like reclining, kind of just chilling. Maybe he'd look at his phone, like look at some sports games, but mostly just like kind of winding down and being there. And it wasn't like sitting there waiting for someone to come in and talk to him, but I always felt like if I needed to talk about something or debrief about the night, like he would be there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we kind of just like developed this tradition of whatever, we'd go to different parties, different events, and I'd come back, he'd be in the chair, I'd sit down, we'd sit in silence for like a few minutes, and then Jake would just be like, so how was your night? And we would just talk like very calmly about like what happened and what we did and what was on our mind, and go to bed. But he had a very kind of like calming presence, and it's funny because I didn't realize that was like becoming part of my like routine. And then now I live with Luke Redden in New York, and like I do that same thing. So Luke told me, he was like, I was telling him that like, oh dude, I don't know if I'm the best at like winding down and being relaxed when I get home from work. He was like, no dude, like every time when I come home, I'll be like finishing up in the bathroom, I look out in the living room and you're just like sitting on the couch without your phone. You're just like sitting there and just like thinking, like seems like you're really like chilling out.
Yeah.
So yeah, roommates just like they help you develop new ways of just existing and doing different stuff, whether it's learning not to throw ground beef into a oiled pan or just sitting on the couch without your phone.
Yeah, and because roommates, because you spend so much time too, you can also develop bad habits from roommates that you might want. So if
and I have been very lucky to never really have a roommate like that. Which
that's
super happy about.
That's good. But even just things like that you would think are like harm, like if you have just a roommate who's a stoner, I mean that's just gonna be present in. And if you're not like that, the increased chance of you, like just smoking weed sometimes for fun. Like that's gonna be there.
And I've seen it happen to a ton of people.
And just becomes, and you don't think about it too, or even just I don't know, just like ways of dealing with anger or stress or things like that.
That can
maybe
be
somebody has a really stressful job.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel the back into that.
And I as living with someone now, like I feel those negative things that I have wearing off sometimes. So try to, and then that's another important reason to have the roommates is you have to kind of address the stuff that's going on in your life because it's affecting other people.
Yeah, that is true.
Which is, if you have the goal to live with a partner eventually, then it's good to address those things.
Yeah, and it keeps you in check sometimes because I've definitely like displaced, in unpleasantries
Yeah.
on roommates, like in directions.
That's one way to
Look,
say it.
what?
That's one way to say it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily proud of it, but I'm at least proud that I can recognize, like,
Yeah.
I did that, and then eventually
Yeah.
just kind
You're
of
pretty
own
good at
up.
apologizing, though.
Yeah, and just be like, hey, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, look, because we're human at the end of the day. We make mistakes. We
Yeah.
are pretty emotionally charged. We have
Yeah.
things that go on.
I am someone that I feel like since I don't have like big outbreaks, it is a little harder for me to apologize. But that's something I want to get
Because
better
do you not feel like you have something to apologize for, or
kind of, yeah. And
or are you like making it worse by like?
no, it's just like it would be kind of weird to apologize, I think. No, it wouldn't be. I think I just have to be more conscious of what it is.
Yeah.
I think like sometimes I'll get home from work and I'll be like quiet, or like I'll keep to myself, or like, and like those kinds of things. It's not like it's hard to kind of address, It's more like subterranean emotional stuff.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm screaming at someone or like being loud, or like I'm very conscious of that stuff. But yeah.
Yeah. I think sometimes though too, yeah, people compartmentalize those tough conversations into like a really formal way. So it takes aside any kind of like friendship level that you have with your roommate or whoever you're talking to, so it's like, oh man, if I got to tell Hank, like, man, he's just like leaving a mess out. Like he's never cleaned up the kitchen. And like, instead of just being like, hey, well, I think I would talk to you probably a little different. I'd be like, yo, dude, you don't pick anything up. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But just to be like, hey, I just want to like let you know, can you just like clean up your dishes? Like,
Yeah.
and instead of being like, hey, can we, hey, how's your day going?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. No, can I just talk to you about something real quick?
Yeah.
Like that creates this like really tense thing.
Yeah.
Where it's almost like we're going into complete roommate mode. Like we're not friends.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of like that though.
Oh, really?
I've appreciated when that's happened to me.
Maybe I also haven't had enough roommates that like I've been like super close with too. I think.
Yeah. I think that's different. What's something you've learned from me?
From you?
From being my roommate.
We
We lived together, for context, for 4 months.
yeah, we made it sound like it was like years.
Yeah. But it did reverberate in my life.
No, it did. You are very big into living in the moment.
Really?
You are.
Actually?
At least when I hang out with you.
Really?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, because I just know like when we would hang out.
Yeah.
Dude, you are the first person. I mean, let me say, you're the last person to ever respond to any text I have. You respond 4 days later, like I just texted you like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I can't get a hold of you for another 4 days.
Yeah.
Like I just won't hear from you.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Is he just like ignoring me? Like, I'm like, okay, whatever. But living with you, I've realized it's just, a lot of times you're just trying to live like in that present without your phone.
Yeah.
You put more attention to that.
Yeah.
Maybe you're thinking to yourself, maybe you're doing your own thing, but like, it's never about, whenever we hang out, it's always been just like about us, like me and you connection or whoever we're with.
Yeah.
And, I mean, yeah, I think like I tried to pick that up from you.
Yeah.
Like there's like, why do we need this? Like, obviously I know why we need this, but you're like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah. And I feel like,
Life
I
is
don't
too
know, I'm just so
short.
used to my friend group not pulling out our phones. But like sometimes, you see a friend group and it's just like, especially when you've been hanging out for a while.
Yeah.
A good like break, and I don't know.
Yeah. Even just sitting in silence with your boys.
Yeah. I don't know. It's funny you say that though, about me being present in the moment.
Do you not feel like that?
Someone else said that to me actually, which is so funny. That is so funny. Someone else that I was very close to have said that to me. Yeah. And I
Wow,
was
it's almost like it's true.
Yeah. And I was like, huh. So she was like, you really like being very present. like you have this like you really love for like being really there.
Almost to a fault of like, no, this is good because like we're trying to go somewhere,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all right, we gotta tie the
Yeah.
knot, just like let's like wrap this up, let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
But like you continue like asking questions or like you continue like going on. It's like
That's funny.
no, we gotta like let's take this go.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you're like not even thinking about
This
like 20
podcast
minutes
is
in the
never
future.
gonna end.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's never.
Oh, there is a heightened degree of presence on a podcast, I have to say. I'm realizing.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
That's
Well, just with the lighting and the cameras and
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
Like at first it was a little nerve wracking, but then it's like I've been kind of in flow state, you know?
yeah, man.
I'm sure people could realize,
Yeah,
but
It's that podcast high.
that podcast side. Oh, dude, it's gonna be the rest of our day. It's gonna be amazing. It's like
Oh,
jumping in cold
yeah.
water.
But
We just woke up, did the podcast. Like,
well, we woke up, went to the gym, 6-mile run, cold plunge, meditated, daily gratitude journal, and then we ran this podcast.
yeah,
That was kind of our morning routine.
yeah.
The only problem is we're gonna be in podcast mode all day.
Oh, is that actually how
You
it
know,
happens?
so you know, it's
I
actually
feel a little bit in podcast mode, and I'm like cringing a little bit at watching this later.
Well,
like I'm using some words I wouldn't normally
yeah, dude. Chris, what did Chris drop the other day? Chris, not the other day. I mean, he dropped it in the podcast. Oh man, it was. I was like, Chris, you never. It was also different.
use. Sorry.
Just testing the focus or something.
Yeah.
It's funny when you like talking like in this setting. We have never talked so formally in a setting. We've had
Yeah.
conversations like this. We've had serious conversations, right?
Yeah.
But just talking in this setting, or like talking with Chris, it's like, wow, he's actually doing some like scientific research that I have no idea about.
Yeah.
But half of our conversations are about just like, dude, you want to go play basketball? Like,
Yeah.
you want to go make up some crazy.
It's nice.
Inside joke.
I understand why people do this now.
Yeah.
You know, there's the cliche of like the two guys who have the podcast, so everyone's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a good thing for people to do.
Okay, can I also? This is funny. My sister said the other day, she was like, I feel like everybody's doing content creation because Olivia's been doing video stuff with her hair and all this. She's like, I feel like everybody is, but then again, I know nobody who actually is. And I was thinking about that with podcasts.
Yeah.
I was like, it feels like everyone's making a podcast. Maybe that's also a few years behind the trend.
Yeah.
But like everyone's making a podcast, but I also know nobody who's making a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Isn't that a
You're
weird
the
kind of
only
thing?
one. Yeah.
Maybe it's different in New York.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think everyone wants to. People are shy too. There's a lot out there though.
I have also another thing I want to throw at you.
Okay.
This reminds me. Do you know Ryan Holiday? The Daily Stoic,
Kind of know about him. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Big on like stoicism and all that kind of work.
Yeah.
He said something though, like everybody wants to be the noun
Yeah.
without doing the verb,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
everybody wants to be the podcaster,
Yeah.
but nobody wants to actually necessarily do all the work to like make the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you want to be you want to be a writer. You want to be the writer. Like you want to have the book,
Yeah.
but you don't necessarily want to do the writing.
Yeah.
That's the tough part.
I was like that for a little bit when I was just like thinking, and, you know, having a little bit of identity crisis about what I want to do with my life. And I obsess about these like sort of titles. And looking back on it, it's such a dumb thing to obsess about. It's like, oh, do I want to be a writer or a filmmaker or a video maker or whatever, a software engineer? And like, what does that title look like online? What are people going to think of me when I have that title? And then I think I just kind of got pretty depressed, and like through that depression, for some reason, realized that all those things are just meaningless, like truly meaningless. And when I see people obsess over them, which it happens in this whole LinkedIn world we're in now, I can't even understand the reasoning for like caring about a title, caring about even a title at work, a title of your career, whatever. The thing that matters is the process.
Yeah.
The writers are the people who love writing. The podcasters are the people who love podcasting.
Yeah.
And no one who came in it with like wanting the title, I think, ever got very far unless they fell in love with the thing.
That's true. We're talking about now the LinkedInification.
Yeah.
The LinkedIn.
Oh God, it's probably the worst of them all. But that's the thing. That is the thing that I wasted the most time with. So I really have no patience for it. But people who come to me not come to me, but I hear them discussing like some whatever existential dread they have about like what path to pursue. Mm-hmm. And they are like talking about these like different careers or titles just from the outside perspective with not having even taken one step to try making a podcast or writing a poem or anything.
Yeah.
And I have no time for it because I was in that world for years, like a neurotic person. I was just like perpetually on the periphery of all of this stuff. And my brother had no time for it too. So whenever I talked to him about it, he would be like, dude, you just gotta do the thing. Do something. Finally, do something, Henry. Like, just stop, like, standing here. And once I started doing stuff, I realized a lot of these titles that I, like, played around with in my head, I, like, hated doing. Like, I hated coding. I hated being a software engineer, you know?
That's so funny.
I hated, like, editing video just without being part of the rest of the process. Like I had a summer where I was just editing video behind and stuck in a room the whole day.
Oh yeah. You were like a cog.
So,
dang. No, that's good.
So many people are like in that world. It's just so sad.
And I feel like too, so many people get into that world, get their title, and then all of a sudden that becomes their life.
Yeah.
And you're talking to them, it's like, what do you do? Well, I'm an account representative. I'm a expert, whatever. You know, it's like, no, but like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Well, I administer BDR, blah, blah, blah. No. What do you do?
Yeah.
Like, I'm curious, like, what do you show up and do?
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, there are some careers that are title based and like they're very bureaucratic and it's about like knowing people and just like figuring out a way to move up the ladder. And I guess if that works for you, then maybe there's a need for that, but
yeah. Well, it's like, I guess it's like also, I mean, consulting, right? That's like the big joke.
Yeah,
it's like, what do you do? Well, we, offer advice and
yeah,
best practices to our team to optimize EBITDA and, it's like, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So maybe I fall victim to that too.
Yeah. But yeah, that's something that that's why I think more people should like make art in their lives or just create things. I mean, that's why it's so cool that you're doing this, is because this is the title. All right, it's so cool that you're doing this because when you create something, you get an idea of someone over time, right? Mm-hmm. It's not like you decided one day, oh, now whatever, I make a podcast and you put it on a title. It's like a split-second decision about who you are.
Yeah.
Like putting on a baseball cap or something like that. No, it's like this thing now exists over time. You had to put a lot of your energy over time when you didn't want to, when you wanted to, and it's a reflection of your values and your interests. And it's like it's a very deep and accurate and authentic, description of who you are. If you're applying for a job now, and they're like, "Who is this guy?" Let me show you the podcast that I made over many weeks, as opposed to let me show you the title I had at my work and like 3 bullet points about it, So I think everyone should, create stuff in their life, because creating something, it takes time and it takes a whole person to make something, not just a fraction of yourself.
I know a lot of people without any creative outlet whatsoever.
Yeah.
0.
So many people. Yeah.
And I just can't imagine that.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on them. It just doesn't come easy to them, but I think it's so important to kind of at least try it.
Yeah, try it. Encourage people to do it. I when someone's not doing it, I totally understand. It's like, it's hard. And also, I grew up fortunately with a family that was very supportive of it. I know a ton of families, parents who did not like support their kids in their like creative pursuits.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's like something I always am encouraging of, and I'm willing to like, take time out of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
To support someone else doing their thing.
It's funny. I always tell the story because my dad was a musician. It's always the opposite conversation. It's like the kid's like, "Hey, Dad, I want to go to music school, man." you know, this is my passion. I love doing this.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I want to go. And the dad's like, oh man, you got to make money. Like, you got to go out there and get a real job. But it was a complete opposite conversation with my dad. I was like, Dad, I think I want to go like study economics.
Yeah.
No, come on. You're so good at like, come on, play guitar. Come on, you can do that. Like,
yeah.
no, man, I want a steady job. Just all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, I think you made a great decision, and it's cool having that like like you are such a freaking like weird amalgamation of things. I think when people meet you, you know, and they're like, this guy plays guitar and is like trying to film a podcast and is cooks. Like, for some reason, you just like have a bunch of stuff that's like all stuck together.
Well, thanks,
and
man.
then I think they balance each other out too. Like, maybe if you had gone down your father's path, you wouldn't be able to your job kind of glues some of this together and keeps it running.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks. Those are very kind words, dude. Well, I mean, that's why me and you have always been able to talk about stuff and just do a bunch of stuff, because we always had shared things in multiple realms. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So we're able to have these kind of serious talks. We're able to talk about work. Hey, this is not going well for me. You know, like have those honest conversations. But we can also, aside from like a humor talk, like be, you know, liven each other up that way, but also like, hey, in this creative world, this is what I'm thinking of being creative. And can we talk real quick about, you were saying about, I had gotten Rick Rubin's book on creativity, and you were talking about how I don't want to say stupid that is, but reading books on creativity is defeating the purpose of creativity. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's even what we were just talking about with you being like having all these different things that come together to create who you are. And this podcast is like, we'll see where it goes, but it's like an amalgamation of things in your life. Mm-hmm. And it came out of like a real need in your life to have something like this, you know, like a podcast where it's not experts, but it's just people talking about their life. Yeah. And you came to that idea. The creative process for you to come to that idea was just living your life, you know, and you were probably bored one day thinking about it and reflected on it. And this came to be. And like this book that I haven't read, so I can't really diss on it, The Creative Act, or sort of any book about creativity, I feel like tries to interrupt that process. And all the creative things I've done in my life, which honestly at this point are pretty few, and I want to do more, but all of them have come out of me being sort of bored and then frustrated for a while about how to use that energy, and then through reflection finding an outlet. Mm-hmm. And any sort of book that tries to, when you're frustrated about what to do, to answer that and give you a path forward, it's like interrupting the most important part of the creative act, which is like deciding how to begin and what direction to go in. Like, it's the seed of everything. It's what makes you a unique person with a unique creative thing to share to the world. So yeah.
Hank, thanks, man.
Thanks for having me.
Dude, you're a beast.
Appreciate
Keep being
it.
you, bro. Keep being you.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Sweet. Later.
Awesome.
I guess we're just gonna hang out the whole day now.
Yeah, I mean, if we're not going anywhere.
It's weird saying bye. Like, who am I saying bye to?
Saying bye to the viewers, the listeners. Got anything for a very special lady out there? All right, we'll just cut it there.